Hey legends, welcome to another episode of Getting Back to Basics. We're in central Queensland on an island group 40 miles off the east coast of Australia, and I think we've got 3 or 4 days out here. I'm with Brad Cox, who's a great mate of mine, an avid outdoor liver, fisherman, but above all, sensational country music singer, and one of my friends, Nicky Wood, better known as Woodsy, who I've been friends with since I was probably 12 or 13 years old. So we're teaming up with some of Coxie's mates, which I've never met before, so I'm looking forward to getting to spend a few days with them. Fishing, camping, diving, living off the land and having a great time. I don't really know what to expect. We're going into their backyard.
This trip was quite last minute, which we were excited for. Set to be with a pretty motley crew through some beautiful country, taking us 40 miles off the east coast of Australia. A section of coastline which was new to us, with very different weather systems, massive tides, new geography, and it really was set to be a trip that we'd never forget. Sinking not one, but 2 boats. But that story will have to wait for now. Let's get into the episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of bait and it's pretty clean. The current's just dragging us in nicely. Yeah. Come into this mangrove system that's on this island, which is pretty unique considering we're 30-35 miles off the mainland of Australia. To have a mangrove system like this in just one little secluded bay in an island is pretty uncommon. So having a little explore, because the water's really clean and you can see a lot of the structure under the water. There's a fair bit of bait fish. We've seen a couple of little mangrove jacks and sweetlip. But we're just gonna have a look in here while the tide's high, because we're building up to a full moon, so there's massive variation in how high and how low the water's getting. There's about a 5-meter difference between the tides. So high tide, just full of trevally. This is seriously insane. It's just thick mangroves in this bay. Crystal clean water, white sand. And there's all these mangrove swim-throughs. I've never done this before. Later with the boat. Oh, this is super cox. Going for a swim? See you around there. Woodsy! Hello, Woodsy! And she's swimming the kilometre back to camp. Just because. For now, we're going to anchor this boat up, swim it back in to the camp, and go and have some breakfast. Oh no, you didn't! Hit the bus! mask on. Put the mask on and get him. He lost his sunnies. In there, Coxie! Did you find him? Lost the strap. There he is. Woohoo! All right, I don't mean to disrupt the episode whatsoever, but this news can't wait, all right? I'm really excited to share with you that Back to Basics has been invited into a filming competition, all right? It's a world first called the BCF Topwater Invitational. And there's 10 of some of the best content creators in Australia, all going toe to toe to create what I think is gonna honestly be the best fishing and outdoor adventure content that the internet has ever seen, all right? All the details are in a link below, in the link to this video. It's the 5th of November streaming. A lot of the proceeds are gonna be going to charity, which is amazing. There's lots of prizes up for grabs. Check it out if that is something up your alley, but for now, let's get back into it. We've decided to be a great time of the day, around lunchtime, to go for a walk and circumnavigate a section of the island, about 6 to 8 Ks, but the storm has rolled in. 35 knots and bucketing rain. Not much of a lookout today, Andy, but thank you very much for the poem.
The blue tigers, I think they are. I think they're endemic here.
What is this place?
You just push.
You can get in. So this is, they said that they're doing up for accommodation?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, what? I would definitely stay here.
So here's obviously the bedroom, and here's the front deck, main feature. What? That's where we're camped down there, front beach. Like pandan forest.
Yeah.
How's this? We went from bushland to like somewhat rainforest to low-lying scrub. Now we've just come out to these mud flats where this would be well over our head probably 4 or 5 hours ago. I'm pretty sure home is on the other side. Mud crab hole. We're just coming into the lagoon now, we're almost near home. Just wanted to show you the Joshua, pretty sure it's called. Timber and then sealed. Be good to see this girl on the high seas, but at the moment she's safe and sound in the mangroves. That was worth doing, that was a great couple of hours. Well, he reckons there's a fair bit of fish under us, it just doesn't shut up beeping.
Well, there's a lot of bait.
Yeah. Have a go at the current. 5.5, 6 metre tide. We've come into this protected bay. We're only about 50 metres off the island, and it looks like there's a fair bit of coral and a few scattered, isolated, white-looking bommies. So hopefully we can jump in and grab a trout. Coxie and Woodsy have jumped into the water. They're having a look around. They've just told me I should jump in because there's some fish life. But the conditions are very favourable. Light winds. The sun is probably 2 or 3 hours off setting.
After having no luck trying to get a feed of fish in the mangroves at high tide, we were really relying on this session to get some fish for dinner. And sure enough, under the bait, there was a lot of dinner desirables. There was sailfin snapper and coral trout were plentiful, which really are the bread and butter of the reef. Coral life was awesome. There were giant clams. There was a lot going on. Chilled out dive like this with mates that makes me grateful to be able to hold my breath and stay down there that little bit longer to check it all out.
Beautiful.
There's dinner, mate. Best eating fish in the ocean.
That's a good trout.
Thanks for spotting him, Coxie.
How do you reckon we cook it, mate?
Thoroughly. Oh, the Japanese ate it raw, mate. Anything north of that's good, eh?
Beautiful coral trout. What were you thinking when you were lining it up, Woodsy?
That I really hoped it wouldn't hurt it too much.
Did you know when you pulled the trigger you were going to hit it, or were you still like...
No, I thought I'd missed it, and then I could feel the jerking, so...
Well done. Oscar. Great day. There we go, that for a view. Coconut palm trees, beach, keeping an eye on the boat. I think it's going to be a great few days.
Never turned off that radio. Rev that engine underneath the hood. Tried to break down.
Oh, this is really special to get a sunset.
Mate, look at that.
Dinner tonight, bar cheek coral trout from 4 meters of water. We're going to do that up in panko, bit of oil, a few spuds, fish and chips. And you're cutting in as close as you can, like down towards the guts but not too deep, and then up to the top of the head behind the eye, because the meat runs all the way back up here to the behind the back of the skull.
Yep.
So you don't want to come in like that and then you lose meat. Yeah. And then from here you bring it down along the edge of the spine, and then from here I just run the knife along the backbone, just lifting it up with your finger as you go, and from there just taking the rest of it off. And there's a rib cage here. You just go over the rib cage, then you cut down through there, cut down towards the bottom of the belly, and just slide it all the way down. That takes the fillet off. And we're going to keep the skin on tonight, so I'm just going to take the bones out. And there's a pin bone that runs straight down here, just a little bit off center. Most fish will have that. You can just take that bone out, but then with a small piece of fillet, you can actually just run your fingers over it and feel it, make sure there's no bones that are going to choke you up, and then chop it into pieces.
The trout is going in the bag, then just a tiny bit of oil and some fancy Japanese breadcrumbs.
Ooh.
Straight in the pan, mate.
Rolling on the pan, what is it, chili oil and panko, is that it?
With curry powder.
And a little bit of curry powder. You got the gas oven working its magic here. We've got the finished product, which is a couple are getting lost to the cause. And we've got, what's going on here, Woodsy?
It's roasted garlic and butter and chili oil to go on the potatoes.
Yep.
Look, we're cultured. We get out there.
Cook enough. I don't eat if I don't cook, mate.
I want to know the honest verdict, mate.
Emotional.
How emotional?
Tears.
Oh. All right, beautiful fellas. We've got a bit of an entree going here.
Jesus. Okay. Holy hell.
Coral trout, skin on, scales on, cooked in olive oil, a little bit of chili, a little bit of garlic.